What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Sunday night where we will be discussing The Expanse Season 6, Episode 3. We're going to recap and review the episode and talk about our feels about it, our emotions, our thoughts, all that stuff. Joined with me tonight is my wonderful panel, Script Doctor. Happy Boxing Day and belated Merry Christmas to you. How are you?
I am well. Thanks so much for having me. Yes, happy Boxing Day and belated Christmas to everyone here and in the chat.
Yes.
I'm psyched to talk about this episode.
Oh yeah, like I have a lot. I have a lot of thoughts. Jane, how are? Oh wait. Before we get to Jane, sorry.
No.
Script Doctor, tell everyone where they can find you.
Oh, they can find me on Twitter at ScriptDoctorPhD, and they can check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ScriptDoctor, where I do reviews and analysis of film and television shows. And I should be having a video dropping sometime in the next 7 days. I'm looking forward to getting back in the swing of things for that.
Nice. I'm putting on these shades because this is the sticker. It's a happy face with the shades. It's like, nice. Yeah, that's that. So thank you for that super sticker, Sandmaster Me. And Jane, I love you. How are you? Merry Christmas.
I'm doing great. Merry Christmas to you all.
I'm so happy that you're here. Tell everyone where they can find
Hi,
you.
Jane.
Hey, George.
Nina, how you doing?
Good. We're in the middle of Jane's intro. Her beautiful intro. So tell everyone where they can find you, Jane.
You can find me here on YouTube, where I post movie and television reviews and occasionally some pop culture commentary. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Jane Theory.
Yay! Woo! And everyone's links is in the description down below, including George.
How's everyone doing?
Hey, we're doing good.
Good. It was a great Christmas. A little warm here in Texas, but
yep,
it was hot.
Just saying that. Yes. I was just saying it's so unseasonably warm here in Cancun. It's crazy.
But, there too.
So hot. I'm like, dude, can we get just a little bit of a temperature drop, just a little bit, so I can pretend and like drink hot chocolate?
Yeah.
I actually turned on my AC here. Like I blasted my AC and made my house really, really cold. And then I drank hot chocolate so I can pretend that I'm in the cold.
I've done that before. I thought I was the only person to do that. Okay. Yeah,
no, I did that.
There's no other way. You know, your wintertime, Christmas, you have the tree up and everything, jingle bells going, and you want to reach for that cup of coffee, and it's 90 degrees. You're like, this doesn't work.
It doesn't feel right. No.
Insane.
It's crazy. But George, tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me at George the Giant Slayer. You can on YouTube and on Twitter and Instagram. Right now, I just dropped a video.
Oh, nice. Is it a different one than the Spider-Man one? Okay.
It's a Spider-man one.
Okay, perfect. Yes, I watched that. That was great. I agree with pretty much everything you said in the video. Everybody check it out. It's a great video. Same with Jane. Jane has a video of Spider-Man as well.
I did a Spider-Man review, and I also did a review of Witcher Season 2.
Oh, nice. I have to see that.
Yes. Jane and I still need to talk with Az about that season. That's gonna be fun.
There's so much to talk about.
Did you like it? I haven't seen it yet. Did either of you like it?
It was okay.
I liked it better than the first season. Yeah,
better than the first.
What?
Yeah,
you are just playing wrong, Jane.
No, I liked it.
Wrong.
Wow.
It had its issues, and I do point those out. But overall, I liked it.
Wow. Okay, let's not talk about this here. We're going to be talking about The Expanse, Season 6, Episode 3. It's going to be a ride because that's what it was. Okay. As always, let's start with our initial thoughts of the episode or final thoughts or whatever. What was your thoughts on the episode, George? What'd you think?
I liked it. There were some parts, again, that I don't understand why they're doing them. We wasted a lot of time. Like when you had Avasarala go to series, I was like, yes, finally we're gonna resolve this, and then it sped up and just crashed into this slow snail pace. I'm like, okay, now we're gonna deal with the trap. I like that. And then it seemed to rush and slow down. That was my feelings. Like then you had the chase between Marcos and Rocinante, and I was like, good, this is gonna be great. And that was my favorite part of it. The alien one, it's kind of like what we talked about the other week. I'm like, either it ate the bird or it's going to resuscitate the bird and it's something back to it. But I'm starting to enjoy them. I really didn't enjoy that part. And the
Really?
I didn't. I was just like,
That's
I know
the only
it's
thing I
about.
cared about.
Yeah, I want to get to the real threat, and I know it's foreshadowing something. I was just like, let's get to it. But otherwise, I liked it. Always love Avasarala.
Same here.
I really thought she was going to put the boot to the colony, but she fell into his trap, and she's like, okay, we're stuck in it. I'm like, no, send your fleet over there.
She has a heart. She has a heart.
I know she has a heart.
Weird.
It's like when you play somebody else's game, you're going to lose.
She was much more ruthless in the first season.
Yeah.
The first season of Asarala would not have the same decision.
No.
Not have cared. She's changed a lot.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I think this name is hilarious. Holding these nuts. Saying got more entertaining, but 3 to go. Yeah, tell me about it.
I enjoyed it.
Script Doctor, what'd you think?
Well, I felt like the last 2 episodes could have been put together to make the second episode. There's a lot of stuff that didn't do well. There's that scene between Peaches and Holden about her mods was superfluous.
Yes.
Oh my God, I totally thought the same thing. I'm gonna hold it. I'm holding it.
I thought we were past that. Yeah,
I'm holding it. Yeah, you're right. Script.
Did it feel like more filler to both of y'all? I was just to script.
Yes.
It was like,
again, there's some
halfway through
filler in this.
Yeah. Sorry.
I like the mystery on the alien planet. I felt that again. The 3 sections we've seen, you could have split that up into 2 and made it in the first 2 episodes, and would have had a bit more of a stake and an escalation to it.
I agree.
And satisfied the interest a bit more. And the only scene I really liked was which is a true scene that shows some real conflict, is the result of Inaros and the Rocinante when Philip calls that out.
Yeah.
I'm like, that should have been your I'm just looking at it just as a story wise. I'm thinking, okay, all the beats are here, but why are they stretching them out to 3 episodes? We could easily wrap this up in a tight 2.
Right.
Or really, really good, like 1.5, and then had another 20 minutes of something else.
Exactly.
So this is the thing that bothers me, because I really enjoyed season 4. Season 5 was kind of and this
Same
one
here.
Okay,
this
we
one
all
has
agree.
this one has better build-ups, but the thing is they're giving us too much and not enough time, and we know because of the time limit we have, it doesn't feel like it's going to be satisfying once we get to the end. It feels like there's going to be a lot of loose ends to address.
Can I ask you a question? Has a studio, because I thought maybe just it's crazy, but has a studio ever done it where, like said, well, there's 6 episodes or X episodes to the finale, and then right as you approach, like, hey, by the way, bonus, we have 3 more or 4 more. Has anyone ever done that? Because I can't tell why they're going so slow.
Not in this situation. I mean, normally when you're doing a normal television season, you have your front 9. And if you do well within those first 9, you get an additional first 9, and then you have a contract for 13. But you look at your first front 9. If they perform well, you get another 8 on top of your 13. And if they don't do well, you just wrap it up. You just close it off at 13, and you get your 1 season. And then unfortunately, you're out of work. You got to find a new job. So
they're not going to throw us extra episodes at the end at the rate that they're going.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'd be very surprised. But again, the whole streaming format on the production side of things, it's like every studio has its own system. There's nothing kind of set in stone. That there's some parts that overlap, but every studio has their own method of how they do things. Disney Plus is way different than Netflix, which is way different than Amazon, which is way different than Peacock. So I don't know all the stipulations, but it's really.
I had heard about what Holden These Nuts is saying too. That they blew their budget, and that because there had to be reshoots because of what happened with Alex, and there's a lot, and then the COVID thing. So there had to be a lot of reshoots and stuff like that. That's why season 5 felt so weird, and I think season 6 also suffered because of that.
I don't see where the budget went though. That's the problem. I mean,
yeah.
The reshooting stuff. It went to reshooting things.
Oh.
Yeah. So Jane, what did you think of the episode?
I mean, it was good overall, but there were definitely some points where it just stalled out, or things like Script Doctor was saying, completely unnecessary. My favorite part was the alien story, the subplot there. That kind of could be its own spinoff. I'm actually looking forward to finding out what goes on with that. But yeah, I'm tired of the Inaros family drama.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm
Like, why
so
why are
over
we
it.
still on this?
It's like
I
Young and the Restless. It's a soap opera now.
It
I was
is.
over it in season 5, and now I'm just like,
I feel like
okay,
it should have been wrapped up there.
Should have been
Yes.
wrapped up in episode 1. Just like, okay, you shot him, we're done, get away, or something. But I keep feeling they're holding him to be that Deus Ex Machina, to like, okay, he takes care of his dad at the final moment. Just the way Holden, because didn't they foreshadow that where you see they're looking at Inaros in the camera, and then you see the son peeks behind him when they're not talking to mother, but when he's telling James, well, you got to do what you got to do. And then Holden, doesn't do his bit, which pissed me off. But
No, I get that too, because the one thing that I really did enjoy with this is that Marcos is clearly playing the role of a commander. He has no idea what he's doing, because he's just cavalier, walking around saying stuff that he's heard other people say, but he doesn't quite understand the value of it. When his partner, the blonde chick,
she was so like, dude, are you sure you want to do this? And he has so much hubris that he's just like, yeah, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Like,
Marcos.
She's thinking of the bigger picture, and he's just like, I want to just kill the dude that took the woman I love away from me.
Exactly.
But keep in mind,
made it personal.
Keep in mind though, she was hyping that aspect of him up as well in the beginning.
Yeah,
There were moments where he was concerned about the other Belters, but she was like, we don't need them, it doesn't matter. And so now he doesn't care.
Now he doesn't care all of a sudden. Yeah. Well, actually, he never really cared, though. I feel like he was always like a psycho that didn't really.
He was posturing in order to, set up this trap on Ceres.
I like the trap. I did like that aspect, but
I did too. But okay, let's start from the beginning. So at the beginning, we actually see the alien station above Laconia, which is this thing. And we see something heading down there. It's like a little shuttle heading down there. So clearly it's been like there's a colony on that station now, and there's colonies on the bottom. So they're traveling back and forth clearly. And then we get to the school here, where this gentleman here, the teacher, is explaining their history of who has basically colonized the planet. We get a little bit more into like who they are, where they came from. There's the survey group and la-di-da-di-da-da. And then of course we see the little brother who's there, the useless brother that we were like last episode. We were like, okay, what's the point of this kid? Oh, there's Dad. And then she's there. And then at the end of the class, she's going to go and find the little creatures again, obviously, because she's made friends. And he's all like, can I come with you? And she's like, no, get out of here, you stupid kid, like stupid bro. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go play soccer with my friend. Okay. And now, I had a problem with this part, because this part, I was like, okay, why? Because when she comes back, because she goes to the place. Let me go in order here. She goes to the place. She notices that the drone thing is fixed. And she's like, oh my God, it's because it was broken last episode. She's like, what the heck? Like it's fixed now. She throws it up. She realizes it's working. She's like, oh my God. Then she hears the purring, and then the weirdo butt vagina creature appears. And then she's like, oh my God, it's you. You fixed her. And then like its little babies start showing up, and the babies are there. And one of them is a little bit bigger now, I think, because it was a little bit, because it was smaller than the rest of the creatures. Now it's bigger, and it's alive, and it's there. The next scene we see, though, is that she goes home, and everyone's freaking out because her brother has been injured,
right?
Clearly is on the brink of death or has died. I'm not really sure, because they didn't really say, but they're all very worried about him. Now here is where I was like, okay,
where it's going.
Yeah, my thought obviously immediately went to, obviously they're going to take the kid to that creature and try and get it to bring it back to life. But my mind immediately went to Stephen King's Pet Cemetery because I
Yep.
was like, there's no creativity left. I feel like there's no creativity left, and I feel like they're just going to regurgitate this idea of Stephen King's Pet Cemetery, where you go to the you bring the person back, but they're not quite the same. And I feel
Right.
like that's the direction that they're going to. I don't know if that's the case, but I feel like that's the direction they're going to. And obviously, this creature doesn't has the power to create or bring back organic life and inorganic life. So what they're going to create there is going to be very interesting to see. So what did you guys think of this entire thing? What'd you think, Jane?
See, my thoughts on it are a little bit different. What I'm hoping happens is that, yes, we learn that these creatures can bring back, life from death,
Mm-hmm.
but that what results from that over time is Laconians who have come from all these different places become sort of like a super race or superhumans, immortals, superhero, basically, type people among humans who populated all of these different planets.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping it would carry that theme of Earthers, Martians, Belters, and now Laconians as being this unique race.
Well, I think the
among
Conians
people.
are going to be a mix of like what you say. Like I think that would be mix of Martians, mostly Martians and Belters, basically. If the
But with
Belters
the
can
but,
land, I'm
but
not
what I'm
really
saying
sure.
is like over time with these creatures there,
Mhm.
they through being revived
Mhm.
repeatedly through genetics or what have you, just evolution, they
Mhm.
become their own race
Like
apart
their
from
own,
everyone else.
yes, I understand.
Interesting.
Like a
Yeah.
subhuman race.
A
Like I
superhuman race, really.
Yeah.
Superhuman.
And the other part I should clarify. The other part that I felt about this scene that was, in my opinion, a little bit lacking was, for example, what you said, Script Doctor, at the beginning, where you said that conversation between Holden and Peaches was kind of like completely unnecessary because we already went through that in the previous episode where he already accepted her as part of the team. And we already know her feelings about her mods and stuff like that from the previous season with the discussions that she's had with Amos about what she feels, like how she feels, and like how she feels about using her mods and the regret and all that stuff. We already know all of this, but yet we don't get a scene where this kid is going to play, soccer and ends up somehow dead. Like, what the hell happened when you're going to play soccer with your friend and then all of a sudden you look like this? Like,
Got hit in the face too hard, maybe.
got in the head, like the kid looked like he's got a broken leg there. He looks like he's like totally bleeding from the head and the nose. I mean, this is just like, I don't know. I feel like I needed to see what happened to the kid so that I can feel some sort of connection to this and feel like, oh, okay, when she's going to take him to like be revived or whatever, I care about this for whatever reason. I don't have that connection right now. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I don't know. He hurt himself somehow. What about you guys? What do you think about that?
I was actually thinking maybe because they didn't show us him following her. They just kind of had that she went on and then he stopped there. And then after she comes back, and I had a peculiar thought is perhaps that vagina creature was able to revive the bird by using life from another creature. He wouldn't know that that's
Oh.
connected.
Oh, that's
to,
an interesting take.
he
Yeah,
wouldn't know
because
it's
it's like,
connected.
how did it do it? Like, I
Right.
still want to know. But I'm guessing that they're leaving that up to like probably the next episode or the one after. I don't know. They're like building up because they're obviously going to show how they're bringing the brother back to life. So
Right.
unless they're going to not show that, I don't
They
know.
could leave it to the audience to sort of put two and two together. I don't mind when they do that sort of thing, where it's like,
No, I don't.
Yeah.
If we had a regular season, it's just odd. It just keeps feeling odd that
Exactly.
we're halfway through and we're like
I have
kind of just
quick
walking
question.
along.
Quick question on that. Someone asked in the chat, what if they become the new proto-molecule race?
Mhm.
Is that what's influencing these creatures or
I
this
think
planet?
so.
I think it
think
might
so.
be a little bit the opposite. I'm wondering if this is the planet where the proto-molecule originated from.
That's what I'm
And-
saying. That's what I'm
And the
thinking.
reason I'm saying that is when you take a look at the drone and she throws it up and it's working again, one of the propeller blades is blue, which is the color of the protomolecule.
Oh, I didn't notice.
And I'm
Wait,
wondering, is
let's
this
go
what
back- Let's go back to that.
is
I
this
didn't
what
notice.
the
Oh, do you mean this
Great.
thing?
yeah, when you see it like spinning around, it's blue and the
Huh.
other three are white.
Great catch.
And see, there it is.
Ah,
And
look
I'm
at
wondering
that. Look at that.
if this is the planet where the protomolecule, or at least the previous substance of what became the protomolecule, originated, and it has this effect because it did bring back Juliet in the first season
Right.
Mhm.
in a very new and peculiar way. And maybe that's the same thing that's going to happen here, and these humans are going to be forcibly evolved by whatever's in the protomolecule or what's caused the protomolecule here. And at the same time, they also have what seems to be something under construction by the protomolecule in orbit.
Right.
So what symbiotic relationship did that have with the planet and with the colonists now?
Do you think
Yeah.
they're going to turn into what happened
Let's
in?
see if the little creature, does the little creature have a blue thing on it too? Or was that just the
I didn't notice
thing
it on the creature, but it was hard to tell.
I
like,
noticed that the creature was bigger than the
Mhm.
other ones. That's the only thing I
Well, I
noticed.
thought that was the parent, but I don't know if it was. That's a harder one for me to pick up on.
This one was see, because the other ones were like this. Look how small they are.
Right.
This one's definitely bigger, and this one was the one that was injured because they focused on it.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the mom and the babies.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my understanding. But
Because last
again,
episode they were, chirping up looking for food when she was.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, see, that's interesting, and I think that you're right, Script Doctor, because I think that this is the planet that the creators of the proto molecules resided on. So I think that either her, like, whatever is is left of the proto molecules left there, or something to do with that. And I think that you're right. I think that it probably used that to bring, like, that's basically the pet cemetery is the,
See,
yeah.
the
Harry's asking,
location
does
of
it
this
secrete
proto
it?
molecule. Sorry, what was that, Jane?
Harry Lime was asking, does it secrete the protomolecule, this little
Oh,
creature?
interesting.
Oh, I don't know.
Mm.
It didn't show it.
Yeah, haven't shown us yet.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't. It didn't show anything like that.
That would be so cool, though.
You mean this creature, though, right? Not the little one. This
Yeah,
thing.
that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when, well,
With
dude,
the
when
weird
this,
mouth.
yeah, when this thing opened its mouth too, I was like, oh fudge. Like, I was like, holy shit, it's gonna eat her or something. Like, because it like opened its mouth, and I was like, okay, is it gonna talk? Is it gonna eat her? Like, what's it gonna do? And then all of a sudden, like, those other things came along, and I was like, okay, so it didn't do anything. Like, it just opened its mouth for no reason. Like, I was like, is it gonna spray her with some proto molecule? Like, what is it doing? It was just like, ah! I was like, what? I don't know. This thing, like, I don't know what to say about this creature. Like, the design on this thing is like, I don't know, just one of the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
But they have to make it an alien.
That's
I
alien.
know.
all right.
It is very alien. I'll give him that. It's very alien. But yeah, so so I think we all are on the same page that we think that it's gonna be
I want this spin-off show, though.
Oh, the
Yeah,
planet.
Laconia.
Yeah.
I just wanted this as the show. Like, I didn't want a spin-off. I wanted the Expanse to be, following its own storyline to the conclusion of where the proto molecule came from, who created it, where it went, why did they get destroyed. That was the story of the Expanse. And now, you know what? Fuck that story. We're going back to these fuckers here.
Marcos.
Politics.
Marcos and politics. Yay. So that, and this is okay. So that, and I will take your feedback, chat, because I have been told, like, I need to get over the fact that this is not about the alien race anymore, and like actually focus on reviewing the episode for what it is. And I understand that, but at the same time, I can't help but have this expectation that, like, this is the story I wanted, and I'm not getting that. And the other thing is that I think what George said is very right, and Script Doctor, you guys have all said it, that if we had more episodes, I
Yeah.
would be willing to sit here and listen to a conversation between Peaches and
Amos.
Holden about why she's throwing up after she takes the mods. Like, I'm fine with doing that and getting that additional
Right.
characteristics and getting those things. But that if I had another 8 episodes, okay, sure. I'm willing to do that. But I don't.
Yeah.
I have
But not
3.
halfway through. I mean,
Okay.
halfway through. Can they even wrap it up in one episode? Because that's what I'm
I
feeling
don't
is coming
know.
to. Like, it's going to continue this until the last episode is going to be just
Yeah, I mean,
40.
even the conversation with Bobby and Amos about the food, that also felt like a waste of time. But like
Yeah.
the little bit
Yes.
of the bit where Prax sends his message, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. That's
Mhm.
that's fine.
That
That's
part was
important.
interesting because
But
I
the
thought
lead up
about
to it
that
was-
too when they were talking because I was like, I thought Marco said that they solved the food issue in the
Right.
belt because he kept talking about that over and over, like, oh, don't worry, we've solved the food issue. Like, we're not gonna go hungry because of the earth.
But we know
and
now he's a liar too.
Right. We
Exactly.
do
No, he's
know
a
that.
liar. But yeah,
Well,
we
he's
got
got
that
the-
scene in the galley that meant nothing.
Yeah. Oh. And I also get the feeling that since they keep pushing Drummer in, that she's going to be key to whatever the solution is.
Oh,
with
she's
Marco.
gonna space them. I'm 100% convinced now that they're gonna leave Marcos and Aros to her to
Yeah.
space.
Yeah,
There's
she's
no
But
gonna
she has
steal
other way.
all this
nothing-
storage stuff and then give it back to the belt. And,
Right.
Mhm.
But what are they doing with her in the interim? Absolutely nothing.
No, she's just trudging along. It's like, okay, Drummer scene. Right. But
Family
Yeah, well, now she's
drama.
basically like what recruited more people to the cause. Like that's
Right.
basically what happened, and she overheard those people listening to the propaganda. I'm trying to find her scene, and I
But
can't.
I don't even understand that. Like, how is she recruiting? They were trying to set her up, I guess, as a rival to him or an
Right.
alternative.
I'd
But by
almost say
what
like Castro to
means?
his Che Guevara.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because she's taking his people, well, not his people, the people who refused to join him. Golden Dawn, I think was the name. I think.
Mhm.
But we
I think
don't.
so.
Golden
But-
Bow, I think it was.
Golden
Golden
Bow,
Dawn was
Golden Dawn.
completely
But
different.
what is
I don't know.
drawing people to
I couldn't
her
remember.
yet? Like,
Drawing,
if I were a
think they just
belter,
they hate Marcos.
yeah, but if I were a belter and all I'm seeing is what Marco is sending out, right? Because you only
Right.
get the news report. I would not see anything coming from her that would make me want to change
Join
sides.
her? Well, remember she ran the behemoth, and so they all know her. They know she's not some maniac who's,
But
wants
they
to-
don't know that he is.
except for the fact that they're not eating on series and they're running out of food. They have like what is it?
That
said, a
just
month.
happened though.
They're desperate now.
No, but if he's I'm assuming this, the way his pattern of behavior, if they had more time, I think they would show it. If he's acting this way towards his officers, towards his son, think of how he acts to someone who has no authority or power, just a regular citizen. He's going to be a classic Che Guevara. Get out of here. Like when the cameras are showing, he's like, yeah, love, viva la revolution. And then the second they're gone, he's like, yeah, fuck off.
I think the
But
point
that's the
of this
thing.
scene,
That's
though,
an
I think the
assumption.
point of this scene specifically wasn't even about Drummer per se, because Drummer was like, oh yeah, we're getting more people to the cause, and she's explaining like what's going on with this dude, and like, oh, do you
Right.
really trust them? No, I don't really trust them, but I trust them more than whatever, blah blah blah.
Right.
But the real thing was this was the point of the scene, was to see that the Belters are seeing the propaganda that Avasarala is creating,
Right.
that they're having that argument that she intended in the previous episode. That was the whole point of the scene, was to show that Avasarala was right, and she's creating this discord or discontent or whatever among the Belters who are disagreeing about how things are being handled.
Yeah.
That was it. And I think again, it doesn't with 3 episodes being left,
Right.
this scene could have been very shortened. Like it didn't have to be like this. You can have this scene like happen in a bar in series or something like that, where people are paying attention and they're having an argument about whether it's right or wrong. It doesn't have to be this whole thing. I don't
But
know.
to me, it's like that. It didn't have to happen at all.
Right.
If Drummer
Mhm.
is the alternative to Anaros,
Mhm.
then have her have that position,
Right.
like the
I
more
agree.
sympathetic but still pro.
Yeah, have a
Belter
rumor
view.
going around that Drummer knows that there's food stockpiles, that Anaris is betraying us and blah, blah, blah. And people would be like, no, there's no way he'd do that. He'd give us the food if we had it. It's like, well,
Mhm.
but we're starving. Then, like false hope. You have that debate between the false hope of a new person, a new, more reliable person that has got a bit more experience with the Belters, and
Mhm.
versus Marcos, who's there to be basically a head of a propaganda wing, a self-appointed monarch, so to speak.
Right.
And
Mhm.
you have that conflict between, you know, the revolutionary and the reliability of
Right.
these two people. And the fact that one, like Marcos clearly is a character that is seeking power and reverence, and Drummer doesn't really care. She just wants to fight for the belt and do her own
Right.
thing.
Mhm.
And so that's where you have the debate between, you know, the people on Ceres and other little stations throughout the belt, and causing that internal conflict. And then you bring in Avasarala, who comes in and says, yeah, you know what, we're in a trap. Marcos screwed everybody over, but we're not going to do what the United Nations and Mars did before. We're actually going to stay and help and take responsibility for you, because it doesn't matter that you're from the belt, you're still human beings, and
Right.
that's what we should have never forgotten in the first place. And that goes
Yeah,
back to what she
she's
did in
learned
season
from her
4.
lessons versus Inaros, and that's the other thing that the show does really well in juxtapositioning these two leaders versus the other conversation Inaros had later, where he's throwing Ceres Station under the bus and saying that to his son that we're better than they are. We don't really need them anyway. They're different than us because they help the inners, and it was like, you know, they're not the same kind of belters, and it was a very kind of like
Right.
animal farm style conversation where they're
Correct.
saying like, you know, some pigs are more equal than
Than
others. In
others.
this case, he's saying, you know, some belters are more equal than others, and you know, that's us and they're them. With
Well,
regards
Marcos
to
doesn't even see himself like a belter because he doesn't even have the
No.
tattoo on his neck.
No, he doesn't.
Everybody
He
has,
doesn't.
yeah.
I agree with you, Script. He's exactly. He doesn't. He views it that he's above them, that he's their savior and king.
what did you guys think of the fact that Avasarala even told her generals not to coerce and torture this person, and like basically the belters in order to get more information?
A long way
I
from putting
liked
up
it.
another one on hooks.
I like
Right.
the Martian is like, we don't do that. We don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool that they did show her evolution, like what you were talking about before. She's clearly changed. She's learned her lessons of the past.
Mhm.
And like George was saying, the
Hmm.
Martians are skilled on a whole nother level when it comes to military practice. So that was cool to see as
Holding these
well.
nuts is saying Drummer has a secret plan. What secret plan? I don't see it. I don't see that. I don't see a secret
Does it
plan
involve
here.
a percussion?
What I didn't understand is where are they going to go, you know, with that scene that Holden did, you know, where it showed that he's the one who de-triggered.
Okay, yeah,
I think it ties into Drummer. That's why I was bringing it up.
yeah. We're gonna get to that because that was a very important part of this episode. So, but yeah.
Well, one more
please-
point too about what you were making about Anaros and how he described his group that was quote unquote fighting
Right.
versus the other belters who were not.
Mhm.
That in some ways reflects what we saw in history between former slaves who were revolutionaries and how some of them would turn around and then either plan to or in actuality enslave the former slaves who weren't fighting back. Like that was something that sort of paralleled actual history too.
Oh, same thing in the Second World War.
That's a very interesting point.
It is.
I like that. So yeah, so the Avasarala is feeling bad for the belters, which I don't think she should, to be completely honest with you. I'm like, fuck them.
Right. I'm
Yeah,
with
that's
Nina
cool.
there. I'm with Nina there. I would be like
let's
not playing
go.
into Anaris's game. I'd be like, we'll take care of them, but we have to go deal with them because he wouldn't be expecting that. He's expecting them to be
I would be like, you
sentimental.
know what? If they want help and food, everybody get on shuttles. Let's go to the Earth because and you guys are gonna have to help us farm now. I don't know, whatever.
But they
I
can't go
don't
to Earth.
care.
They would die.
Right.
Yeah.
But they said they have a month.
Oh right, you would die. Never mind.
They could go to Luna,
sorry.
technically.
They go
I think.
Luna, yeah, but they have a month. See, and if they took the entire fleet to catch Marcos, that would be it. That's what he's, you know, he's like, nope, they're not going to chase me. In some
Yeah.
respects, he does have good instincts with his strategy, but I think his second in command, the blonde, whose
Mhm.
name escapes me, I think she's much
I
smarter
forget
than
her
him.
name. She's so forgettable.
Right, tactically. I
She's
call
his
her-
general. He should listen to her.
He should. He
He
should.
should. He should.
Absolutely.
This was the useless conversation between Peaches and Holden, which literally took like 10 minutes. I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like,
Yeah, it was all to say, yeah, we all have regrets. They could have just said that.
We didn't need
This
this.
scene
Any
and
of it.
the following scene were completely useless.
Useless scene here too, which actually, by the way, someone in the chat said, this scene actually made me miss Alex again.
Oh, yeah.
And it's true because I don't know if you remember, Jane, remember how like you and I had like shipped Alex and Bobby?
Yeah.
And it almost seemed like they were trying to make a thing happen with Alex and Amos now. And I was like, isn't Amos have a thing with Peaches? Like, why are they trying to like force this weird?
It's a new
I didn't
enough
see
Amos
that
to go around.
though.
It's
I
a new
always thought
throuple.
Amos and Peaches seem more like siblings to me.
I
Yeah.
kind of
Okay.
see that. I thought it was just the new throuple, replace drummers,
Why
whole-
did Amos and Peaches seem like siblings to you? That doesn't seem like that at all to me.
Because they're
No.
so similar and they've gone through the same struggle.
But it kind of
Um,
connects them. It
They
connects
connect on a much, like, I don't know, a different level.
Yeah. And Amos hasn't even tried with
them. No.
Yeah,
With-
at all.
Keith
Peaches.
says, I like the Holden and Peaches scene. Don't hate me. Listen,
That's fine.
honey, we don't hate you. I don't hate you for anything. Like you could like or what do. I like it too. That's the thing. It's not that I don't like the scene. I like the scene. I like character development. I just don't like it when it's rushed because
Or
we have
repetitive, because they've
episodes.
established already that he's okay with her.
Exactly. And we have 3 episodes left. That's all. It's just like we have 3 episodes left. We need to condense to the main storyline,
Right.
whatever that may be, whether that's alien stuff, whether it is like figuring out the belt and the Earther situation, whether that's, the battle scenes, whatever it is, we need to like everyone focus. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the
Yeah.
only that I see there, Keith. It has nothing like I like it too. I like those scenes usually. That's what I liked about The Expanse was the character development was very strong with this series. The character development was top notch in the first few seasons. But now we have new like characters that we need to know about, like that little girl, like her brother, like what the fuck is going on with the colony on Laconia.
With a
Those are
vagina
the
mouth.
the vagina mouth. What is that thing? We need to figure those things out. So that's why I'm kind of like exactly, Keith. Time is of the essence. That's what we're yes.
Exactly, Keith. And this scene here, the subject of the conversation about what's on series, you could have completely rolled that into the scene where he's fixing her armor and she's making a joke about Mars, and then he gets the message from his buddy on Ganymede. It could have all gone in there. You could have cut out like a minute and 45 from that thing, rolled it over the 15 seconds of useful stuff in the other scene, and then given us more on that alien planet, or given us more of the of what's going on anywhere else, instead of just having this talking in the galley and talking in the hallways stuff about feelings.
Yeah, because this one here, like the other scene with her and Amos was important. The one about the new murder mystery of why the other person was killed, because they have this like, like solution to the food shortage problem. And then like, he gets the message from that person and he's like, can we get this to Chrissy or whatever? Like, let me send this to Chrissy. And she's like, oh, she hates it or she likes it when you call her that. Like that stuff is okay because it's like, okay, we have a new mystery here. But this scene, this is a waste of time. It's a waste of time right now. We don't need this.
Do you see the bot?
Which bot?
There's the
Russian
bot doing that tech thing. Gonna have to take care of him.
Oh, is that what's going on? Oh, thank you.
Chat, yeah.
I just brought it up so it doesn't do anything to anyone.
Block you. There you go. You're done.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, please. It's fine. Please let me know. Okay, so this is the next scene though. This was I would like to say this is important, but again, I feel like it wasn't really.
The first half isn't.
In the grand scheme of things, it's not really important, but she's basically now telling him about why she froze in the last episode. By the way, since you weren't here, Jane, what did you think of that whole scene last episode where she has that freezing moment and she has that? What did you think of that?
Again, it's one of those things where I thought we were past it. I mean, we know that she suffered from that emotionally, physically. I don't know. It just seemed like a waste of time.
And that's the thing that we were saying last episode too, Jane, is that she's a belter. Like, it's not like she's never been to space before. That should be like,
She lives there.
yeah, she lives in
Well,
space.
it wasn't. I didn't see it as that. I thought it was more like the stress of the moment and having to make a decision flashed her back to when she had that make that same decision by jumping out into space without a link, without a connection, and nearly, possibly being out there forever by herself.
Right. But don't you
dying.
think after all those
Even
years
in this
that she's
episode, though,
possibly
that
done
wasn't the
before?
case. That wasn't the case at all, apparently.
No, I just thought it was PTSD.
Okay.
I thought so too, but I'm saying apparently the PTSD didn't come about for jumping off into the thing. It was about what you said, Script Doctor, about going into that thing over and over, like that corridor over and over with no oxygen. That's what she explained to Holden. And I was like, how is that going to trigger you when you're jumping out of space? Because you would think that would trigger you if you're going into a tight corridor.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought she would have experienced it before. I mean, since she's
I just
lived.
thought it was pointless.
Hey, there. I think that's the
It's
point.
not
It's all
needed.
fucking pointless. Thank you, Jane. You are so right.
It's not needed.
Again, it'd be great
The
if we
fact
had
that
more
it's that
episodes.
confusion over even what she's talking about is just.
It just proves the point that it wasn't needed. So this scene, though, there was one thing that was needed, and it was the fact that she is a badass at putting things together. She's a smart cookie. She'll know what to do. Let me give you this information. Can you piece it together for me? Which was the ships disappearing into the gates, which is what she's good at. She's good at calculating things and putting, like, she's a very smart girl, so she can basically help him figure out what is happening to those ships, because now she has the data from Bobby, who apparently received it from Avasarala or whatever. So
I like that part. I like seeing her do
that was
that. That's
important.
her thing to do.
Exactly. That part was important, though, because that's part of the mystery. What is happening to those ships? That's important. How are we going to find those ships? What's happening to them? That's part of the story. And that makes sense to me, that we're okay. This is a good conversation because of that. Before this, though, like the 5 minutes before that, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your PTSD. Nobody cares. It's just like,
it all would be great if we had more time. We keep saying that, but that's the thing.
exactly. I would care. I might care if it was 10 episodes. I'd be like, oh,
no problem. You get 5 episodes where you lay it all out and do all of this, and then eventually we start wrapping it up. But wow.
But Holden wasn't doing anything
But he hasn't really this season.
He kind of flew. That's literally like he's the pilot now.
He slept.
Well, he went on the rock, he slept, and he flies. But that's why they're setting him up to, obviously, they're going to discover that he didn't arm the...
Was it him or was it...
no, it was him.
Niobe that disabled the warhead.
It was him.
It was him, because it showed it in his helmet.
That was disabled,
He pressed the buttons.
He did it.
Yeah. Which we're gonna get to.
He woke up to sabotage.
Right.
To sabotage.
That was so lame. I was screaming. But then we get to the next scene, which is Philip. And Philip is trying to look at his face. This is like literally what's going on with Philip this entire episode. It's like shock after shock after shock. Really?
That's his only expression.
He's constipated face.
How old is this kid supposed to be?
18, I think.
18? Because, I mean, like, he looks clearly a little bit more older than that. And based on the age of, like...
17 or 18, I'm not sure.
Oh, look.
Like, based on the age of Nairobi and Naomi and Marcos, it looks like they're, like, early 30s or early to mid-30s at best. And it's like they're talking about how when I was just a little bit older than you, we were doing this stuff. I'm like, well, if he is 18 and they're 20, then are they like closer to 40? Like, I'm trying to figure out, because Holden clearly doesn't look like he's 30 years old. He looks like a kid still.
I thought he was maybe closer to 20 and they were in their 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was like 17 or 18. That's what I thought, but I don't know.
Because
but
he does. He looks older.
He does a little bit.
He doesn't act older, but he looks...
Yeah. Oh no, he acts like a 14-year-old.
But
Yeah.
his constant shock in this episode though was kind of funny to me because I'm like, really? Like you're starting to piece together now that your dad's a total asshole and doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself. Like, and because he's just like he keeps getting shocked. Like he hears these news about like the Belters dying, or he
Oh,
hears these
16.
news about like whatever, and he's like, what? Like, what's happening? Like, and he's just constantly shocked about his dad's decisions making.
Right.
And oh, here's the lady, which I totally forget her name. That's when so she's getting all shocked because look at that face, like how smug he is. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Oh god, I should have caught.
He's playing a role. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I gotta say though, man, this Marcos Anaros guy, I don't know what his name is, like as the actor, but you know what? The actor, I like him. I like
Oh,
him
no, he's
because
good.
He's really good. He really
He
has made
pisses me off.
want to hate this
Yeah.
man, and I like that a lot because that it goes to show it's a testament to his acting capabilities. Because I fucking despise this man. Like I despise Marcos Naros. I think he should die.
Yep, I agree.
I'm like, dude, why aren't you dead yet? And to me, I have to give a shout out to this man. Wait, what is his name? Let's check. Like the actor's name is what is his name? What is your name, sir? The Expanse, season 6.
Keon Alexander.
Thank you.
I also found out the son is supposed to be 16.
Really?
Yeah.
That's young.
It says in Nemesis games, or I guess a book or a chapter, says he's 16 when he's serving with his father.
Keon Alexander is a great actor. Yes, there you go. Keon Alexander, what a great actor. This guy, he's going places. Because I really freaking hate this guy. Really hate him. But yeah, so she's like all worried because he just seems to be making bad decisions after bad decisions at this point. And she's like, really? Like that's what you want to do? By the way, like did you guys also get a little bit surprised at how late the attack came on Sirius Station with him? Because like when they were entering the station, I was like, oh, like, and it was like deserted. I was like, oh, they've
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
bombed this. Like this is like it's a trap. They're gonna like basically blow up all the Earthers now. And that didn't happen, but like a little bit later on, they basically had bombed the food storage and water storage and stuff like that. But why not just bomb the freaking Earthers away? Like why? I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna sabotage your own station, wouldn't you just kill the Earthers?
No, you want to bog them down because, well, in warfare,
wanna
especially
trap
in
them,
World
yeah.
War II, the object wasn't to kill as many people as possible on the battlefield. Several books that I read, they said you want to wound because that takes, for every wounded person, it takes 2 to 3 people to take care of them. So then that,
Like the art of war.
And not only does it occupy the enemy forces, but it also sends a message of superiority from the other side, saying like they don't, like you have stories of war stories that could instill fear into your opponents because the people survived to tell of the horrors.
But these aren't professional soldiers, though. Like
they're terrorists.
we've seen him
revolutionaries.
before. We've seen them before when they set a trap on a ship. They lined it with bombs and explosives. So why wouldn't they do that here? Was the first thing. And the second thing, his tactic is guerrilla warfare, right? And so I'm still confused as to why the guerrilla warfare part didn't work out. They were abandoned by 2 of their ships, right? Why?
Well, because they know eventually, because in guerrilla warfare, eventually as superior forces, you can snipe at them all day long. But eventually the core structure is going to get squashed. Maybe people
But they didn't even do that, though. That's what I'm saying. We didn't see that part of it. We didn't see the hit and run. Like, that would have been interesting.
I think they're calling it a hit and run because they're like, we dragged them into this place. We dumped them in a trap. We've left. And then X amount of time later, not only did we put them in a trap, but now they're going to be hit and they have to deal with that on top of it. Not only do they have to feed the people now, they have to take care of them medically. They got to take care of their own wounded. And then they have to still hunt.
Well, and this is what Dread Pirate Mikey's bringing up. What? But how does Marco get the Belters on his side after blowing up food on Ceres?
Yeah.
Propaganda.
I think that's what I think. You're right, Jane. I think it's propaganda, but also like, I I think
He
it's
stages it so
fear.
that the UN is the one that caused the explosions.
Yeah.
That, and also I think it's fear, because at this point all the Belters are scared. They don't even care. They're like, whatever Marcos wants. We don't really like. They don't at this point like. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just so scared of the guy. That's why no one's going to back up Drummer, because they're all scared that he's going
Right.
to kill them and space them and do different things to them.
But
Like
the majority don't. I don't think the majority of people know that what's happening internally with the militaries and the politics. They know because every time you see him, he's being cheered on by the crowd.
Right.
until the very end of this episode, which was very interesting. That was the first time that I was like, ooh, see, and you know what? If this was any other season, I would have really enjoyed that. Really, really enjoyed that scene. But man, it's just episode 3, it's rough. So then Philip comes in.
Mhm.
Philip is not impressed about what's going on in the series, and this is when they have this conversation about what did you do, man? Like, why did you screw over our people? We took over a series for a reason. You told them that this was our capital for a reason, and they trusted us. Why are you letting them down? And Marcos is like, I said what they wanted to hear, because that's what they needed to hear at the time, and I told them that. And basically kind of like outing himself as a liar that says whatever he has to get a person to agree, which in this case he also did to Philip. He did the exact same thing at the end, and that's why, like, he came and gave him a hug in the end, because he knew that that's what Philip wanted, was that connection. So
This is also that conversation where he was dehumanizing the other Belters.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, this is exactly that.
We're different from them.
Scene. Yes,
they're not us.
Exactly. And Philip is questioned. Look at this face on Philip's. Like, he's finally starting to realize it. He's like, even though I know you're my dad, you're a fucking liar. You lied to everyone, including me. And he's starting to really like clue into that now. Again, credit to this guy's acting. He's doing a really good job with portraying those feelings and those these kind of things. These are the nuances of the acting that's superb in this series. I'm just sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat as well.
But I feel like we've been through that too. Like, if what this guy did to your mom wasn't enough to turn you, I don't know, maybe because he felt like she left.
Right, but remember, he had years of hearing who knows what propaganda he told him. I mean, that's like parental.
He's been groomed. He's been groomed for years.
She left you. She left us, because when we saw it last season, that's all it was look at the woman who left us, who left you. I took care of you. We've been fighting, and she's like living with the others.
Marcos has a Napoleon complex. I think so too.
Oh, he's a narcissist for sure.
Yeah,
and not the fun narcissist like me.
Yeah, no, not at all. But yeah, he's just questioning everything now at this point. And then of course afterwards we get to this scene.
Why is she still there?
I don't know. Oh wait.
They addressed it. One of the ships couldn't.
They couldn't.
She was going to go to Palace or Ceres, but they weren't headed there. Yeah.
They couldn't drop her off at one of the stations.
I would have dropped her off in space. She needs to go.
There you go.
Oh wow! Damn, Jane.
Cold-blooded side comes out.
Jane is all like, "Oh no, you can't kill the Belters," and then you're like, "Drop this bitch off."
Listen,
damn, you gotta go, girl.
I'm with the Naros a little bit on you. This is a war. If you can't fight, you're useless.
But she can salvage.
At least put them on a planet to see if they can survive and fucking colonize a place. Make them useful in their death.
Yeah.
Like, please. I don't know.
I get it. She could always join Amos and Peaches and the other one.
Like, here, y'all come get her. We can't do
it. No shit, right? That character is so useless to me. This guy, like, I don't know who you are, and I really don't care about anything.
He reminds me of the crazy dad from Fringe.
Oh
my god!
Yeah, because of the hair.
Lost a few pounds, but yeah.
Yeah, because of the hair. But he's got that look about him. I'm the crazy guy who doesn't care.
He does a little bit. Some really good comments in the chat, you guys. By the way, chat, thank you guys so much for being here. Please smash the like and share the stream and all that good stuff. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, so like the next thing we see after that, yeah, they have that discussion about the belters and blah blah blah. And then strategy being discussed again with Avasarala. And this chick, and she's all like, yeah, good job with that propaganda. Like, keep it coming.
Why is she still here? Is she embedded? Is that what that's
she's
supposed to be?
embedded. That's why she told her generator, have your troops watch her.
Yeah.
Because she causes trouble.
Yeah, she has a tendency to cause trouble, which
It's
I like
crazy
that.
because she knows what's at stake, though. Like, she's been there. It's,
It's useless. This whole thing is useless.
I just keep feeling that Avasarala is going to use her some way, unless she's completely changed, where she's going to be like, look, now I have justification to bomb the shit out of the belters because of what
she is using him though, or she is using her.
Yeah.
That last scene showed the propaganda is working. There is disconnect happening between the belters, and that was her plan. I don't know if she's got more of a plan with this lady or for this lady.
Well,
I don't know.
They're showing her for a reason. That's why I keep thinking they're showing these people for a reason.
I think that to myself too, but I think that we're at a place where there's absolutely no reason. That's why certain things are happening that we're like, why do we care about this? Like that Peaches and, Holden conversation. Why is there certain scenes happening? And I think some of it is just redundant. I don't think they're thinking that far ahead.
Agreed.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I love Shohra too. She's just so great. Shohra is the actress that plays Avasarala, and I'm a huge fan, obviously, because I'm Persian.
She has a sexy smoker's voice.
She does.
She does, and she's Persian, and she's awesome. I love her.
And she's been acting for decades and is finally getting some acclaim, which is like long overdue.
It's so great.
You know what's amazing? She was in Punisher too. Did you see her?
Yep.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff, and she's been in a lot of Persian.
She was the voice of Gozer in Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I didn't know.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was. I totally recognized her when I heard it. I was like, oh my god, it's Shohra. That's so funny.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's cool.
But yeah, exactly, Katina. They're wasting time. That's what they're doing. They're like, we don't know what we're doing here. We're clearly not gonna finish up the story with the planet and all that stuff that we want, Jane. So they're like, this is all filler at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. They don't have 22 episodes and they're not in the CW. They shouldn't have to be wasting our time.
Right.
I think that they're also what they're doing is that I really do think that they're setting the series up to have a huge, and I mean a massive cliffhanger with regards to Laconia, because I think that they're trying to find a new home for season 7. So I think that they're gonna try and I think that's my theory that they're gonna leave this off of cliffhanger the entire series. So then the next thing happens, which is ding, ding, ding. And there has been a hit on basically, what's the word?
Radar?
They find the Rocinante here, right? They finally find it.
Yes.
Yeah.
They see it heading to Ceres as they're leaving.
Right.
Yes.
And,
yes.
And the smart one says, let's not hit it. And the dumb one says, let's get it now.
3-1, we can take them.
Yeah.
This is the good scene with them that actually was useful. He's asking about what kind of material her suit is, and she's like, it's from Mars because Mars is badass. And then this dude calls them and tells them that the person who grew
His
the
partner.
food. Yes, his partner with the plan for the food to solve the food shortage problem for the belt has been murdered, and he doesn't know why. But he thinks it's because of the information that she has, and he sent him the information. He's like, I know you the right people. You'll get this information to the right people. That's basically it, and it was pretty important, I think. So we'll find out. Who do you guys think killed the person? Somebody to do with the belt? Like
I think someone of Inaros' men.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because he needs the belts to suffer in order to maintain his power.
That is true.
Yeah. We've seen
That's
that.
interesting. I didn't think about that, but that is interesting. I think you're
Well, you
right.
have to have something wrong in order to have someone sell a solution.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's we're living in certain times like that.
That's why I
Right.
say we've seen this recently in the last 24 months. Almost,
24
almost.
years, really.
Yeah.
Can
We
I
always
just
have to have an
say-
enemy to bring us together.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Can I just say though, like, is it just me or is Holden just getting skinnier and skinnier every episode? Like, what
He
is
does.
He's
happening
got
in the scene?
cancer.
What?
He has cancer. Not the
What?
actor, the character.
The character
Oh, I
has
didn't know
cancer.
that.
Like, I remember that too. But do you
Yeah.
think that's
I
what it
completely
is?
forgot.
I don't remember that. He
Yeah,
actually,
he's got to do injections on his shoulders. What cured his eyesight on the planet. Yeah.
Right, but they're curing him. Okay, he's not dying. They have
No,
the
he's not dying.
medication.
He's kind of just stable.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
he's
yeah, like
stable.
the
He's
actor has
dying.
gotten really thin. Nina's right.
Could he be losing weight for a role?
I think the actor's
Maybe.
gotten extremely thin now, though,
I mean,
and I
he's
think
got
that
a female silhouette there in that angle.
He's doing that Christian Bale thing when he played that role. Remember
Oh,
when he
what
lost
you're not
like
supposed to do.
90
And the
pounds?
machinist thing, yeah.
The
oh,
machinist.
no.
Is he possibly going to get healed on Laconia?
Mm.
That's a good question.
Ooh,
good. That's
maybe.
interesting. Yeah.
That's interesting.
By vagina mouth, just come and give him a kiss.
No, I don't think that that's what's going to happen to him because I think that because the vagina mouth guy or like the creature, it uses the proto molecule, and I don't think Holden's going to be taken over by the proto molecule. Not yet, anyways. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. See, like I think it's not just me. People think that he's like extremely skinny this season.
Yeah, he might be getting into
Yeah.
character.
I think that's weird. Actor quit the gym. Yeah, he was like, I've had enough of this. Okay. He lost weight to show signs of stress the character's under. All right.
Makes
You guys
sense.
think it's actually on purpose? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, I hope it's on purpose, but I mean, for the person's health, and like, he really shouldn't be losing
That
This
too
much weight.
But if
Yeah.
he's this tired, why is he not in the bed, like under the
Right.
covers, comfy?
Showing him ready to jump into the action at a moment's notice.
I don't know. When I watched Matrix Revolutions, I fell asleep on the sofa and I didn't care, and I was
Oh
up for
my
10
God.
hours.
Dude, you know what I think though? It's like if this was Henry Cavill's body, I would be like, yeah, I don't need him under the covers. But this, like, I don't want to. No.
You're like, hide that. Throw a
I
blanket
mean,
over
he has no meat on his bones. Like he's gonna be freezing his ass off. Like it's in space. Like where's the heat? I don't know. I feel like there's no.
Maybe it's
He's
coming
almost the
from
same
Naomi.
size as Naomi.
Naomi, yeah.
Dude, he's smaller. I feel like at this point.
He's getting smaller, which says a lot.
She's actually like, kind of like she's got some meat on her bones. Not him so much. But this is the scene where Naomi is doing her smart person's thing. And she's like, oh my God, I figured it out. There's a pattern and it has to do with timing and like blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, do you know more? And she's like, no. But then they're interrupted by the Pella is attacking, and so are these two other random ships that are with the Pella. Meanwhile, on the station, this chick is, videoing these guys giving food to the poor belters and, being like, the good humans they are. This one guy's like, didn't we come here to kill the fucking belters? Like, why are we fucking helping them? And she's all like, I'll just cut that part out. And then this other guy's like, you're a fucking asshole to that guy. Which I thought was kind of a funny dialogue. Oh, there was a kitty in this. I didn't see that.
Oh, I didn't see that first.
Oh my God.
He's totally gonna eat that.
I hate you. No, you're right. I hate this.
He's like,
It's in
yum,
a really
yum.
dark place for me. Oh no.
Just like survival, man.
Oh my
No, they're not
God.
gonna kill him.
Either that or the cat's gonna eat him.
Oh, yeah, that could
That
happen.
would happen if he died.
Exactly. Either way, it's gonna be mutual.
My
Oh.
God. They're either gonna eat it. Oh no.
Each other?
You see him crying,
gonna eat
munching
each
on a
other.
pod, like you would have done it to me if you died.
Oh my God. You're freaking right. Did you guys also think it was a little bit weird that they went right into talking Belter again out of nowhere? I thought it was a little bit weird.
I think she was
But then
trying to get
Belter-
information out of him. Yeah.
Okay.
I loved it. I love
I-
when they speak the Belter Creole or
Mhm.
whatever that is.
I like it too, but it hadn't been done for a long time. So I was just like, oh,
Oh,
I think they
It
were
was-
reminding us where they are at, like we know, but giving us that
Yeah.
aesthetic.
mm,
I
Yeah.
loved it.
I know you like the Belters, Jane.
I do.
This fucking cat better not get eaten. I'm gonna kill everybody in this series. So this is when the bomb goes off, and the food. Look at all the water is getting flashed out into space. And then Marcos and them start attacking the Rossi. And now this scene, I was actually on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
this
was
was awesome.
Yes, let's go kill that bitch. Let's
I
do
love
this.
I love
Space
Bobby
War.
here. I love Bobby here.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too. Again, another great scene from Bobby taking control. I liked it because she knows she's the most experienced military fighter on this ship. They don't have Alex anymore, and they needed her to step up, and she did. And she came up here, and she's like, "No, do this. I'm telling you."
Yeah, she's
And-
like, trust me. And she's just badass.
Yeah, and I love that they have that relationship with Holden's like, "Yep, okay, yep,
You got it.
yeah, yep. That's we're a team. That's why. Okay,
Well,
I
you
brought
had
you
it-
here because I need your help. I can't do this by myself."
It is. I like when Amos told Peaches, when she's like, what are you doing? He's like, this is the job. She's like, you're going to go out there now to fix it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
yeah,
great.
that's why we're here. Because, yeah, see, all this scenes, all these kind of stuff, I was like, yes, let's go. Space. I know we all miss Alex so much. It's like everybody, I think collectively, all the fans just miss
Right.
Alex, which is really interesting. And I think that, possibly the actor should take some, I don't know. It should make him feel a little bit good about himself that all the fans are like, we miss Alex because he brought life to that character and he was very important part of this crew.
I love seeing the ships flip around and stuff. That was so freaking cool.
That was awesome.
Hold
it's
on.
silly, but yeah, it's cool.
That was freaking awesome. Unscientific, but awesome.
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
yelling, kill him. I was too, Ricardo. I was too. I'm like, finish him, just fucking kill him. Let's get this over with. But they didn't. And it was very disappointing. So basically, though, what happens is they get their shot.
Oh, there it is. There's
There's
that
the
shot I was
scene.
telling you where the sun pops his head around.
Yeah. And
I'm
this
like,
was
you
the
little
scene
shit.
that I was like, oh no, they're not going to kill him. They're not going to kill him. And it's going to be her that stops it. I really did think that Naomi was going to be like, oh no, I can't kill my little boy. You
She
can't
had
do
more
that.
balls than Holden. That's what's sad.
She did.
I have a question about this scene though. Were we seeing Marco move for the camera to show
Yeah.
Philippe, or were we
Yes.
seeing Philippe come in to
No,
frame him?
I think he was using his
No, I think
son.
he moved.
Yeah.
Okay, that worked
Didn't he?
then.
I think he moved a little bit, not the other way around.
Because it's showing, okay, I have a
Remember
token
your
here.
kids on here.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Are you
You're
really
killing
gonna
your
shoot
little
us?
boy.
Are you
Well-
really gonna shoot us? Huh?
Yep.
But what he's saying is he's like, let me kill you or else you have to kill your son.
Exactly.
But does Holden want to be the one that killed the love of his life's kid?
Exactly. And that's what happens because she killed her. She closed her eyes.
He was ready.
But wait
She
a
was
minute.
ready.
Holden
She was ready
didn't
for
do
him
it.
to go.
Bobby was the one who shot. Because remember, he
No,
turned
Bobby
it
shot
over.
the rail gun. Holden was in charge of the
okay.
missiles.
Oh, that I mistake.
She would
I
rail
thought it
gun
was
the
Bobby's.
PDCs. Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're right. I thought she had all control over the weapons, all the weapons.
Yeah, and then Holden did something on the glove or whatever it was and stopped it because so that thing shot and then Holden did something on
Beep,
his
beep,
glove
beep,
or whatever
yeah.
it was. It was like beep 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 and then it didn't hit, which I didn't really catch on this, I don't think, but
It'll
still.
show right at the end on his visor.
Oh, there it is.
War authorized Holden. Yeah.
Authorized Holden. And that's it. So it didn't when the missile hit the ship, it didn't discharge. It didn't explode because it was disarmed.
It should have.
Well,
It
should have done that.
100% should have because we're on episode 3 and this needed to be over with. And in a way, I thought People are saying that Bobby shot it, Holden disarmed it.
That's what
Yeah,
I
okay with
thought.
that.
that's what happened.
I thought so because I thought she took over weapons, but I'd have to watch it again. The thing is I think, does anyone think that it's going to be Bobby who's going to find out and chew him out because she knows the weapon systems? She's going to be like,
I think they're both gonna chew him. I think what's her name's gonna chew him out to Naomi too, because I think Naomi was ready. Like Naomi was
Totally.
done. She was like
She was
over
prepared.
it.
I just have a funny feeling because they've made I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was trying to say that they've talked about it twice, at least in 3 episodes twice in the last episode and this one, that she has tactical command. So I have a feeling that she's going to relieve him of command. Like, look what you did. You compromised the mission.
Ooh, good point.
You know what though? Because at first somebody said like it was a dud or something. I think it was Naomi or somebody. I wonder if Holden is going to do exactly what E. Clay says here: erase the log and pretend that it was a dud. I
think
know.
so, but you know Holden, he's gonna have to come clean.
Yeah.
His confidence
Yeah.
will make him come
yeah.
clean.
Oh no, women don't respect simps. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Holden's
He's
gonna
not
be
a
like,
simp.
He doesn't want to be like, I'm sorry I killed your son.
she was ready for him to go. He'd chosen his side.
It would have been better if she actually pulled the trigger.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Mars Girl said it was a dud. Okay, so it was Bobby. Bobby said it was a dud. Yeah, there it is. See, you guys, thank you, chat. You guys are some of the
They're
stuff
awesome.
I don't know. I've already forgotten because I guess I'm so over it at this point. I'm like, somebody kill him.
Elvis
I
said
couldn't
Marco
take
set
it.
him up well.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
He did. Marco
He
has
did.
outsmarted them
It's
again.
true. Yeah, but I was like, somebody kill him. I don't care if it's Bobby, if it's freaking
Somebody just do it.
somebody fucking just get it over with. Like that was where I'm
Let
at.
Lieutenant Pink kill him.
God, Peaches, anybody, like at this point, anybody? No? Okay.
Because Drummer wouldn't have held back.
Oh no, hell
They'd have
no.
been like, okay, sorry, Naomi.
Oh,
I wonder if his
hell
son
no.
will do it.
Amos
think
wouldn't have
that-
cared. Amos
no.
would have done it, no problem.
Oh God, Amos is the
Amos,
bulldog.
Amos is
no
that
way.
guy.
Yeah, he's that guy. They should have just gotten him to do it.
He actually says, I am that guy.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Absolutely.
And so I think this is my favorite scene of the season though so far, other than the alien bit.
And he
This
calls him
was
out.
great. Finally, we get a call out, father and son fighting. He finally stands up for, what the fuck is going on? This was your fault, Dad. Basically, like, you did this to us, because now they're dead in the water. Their ship is injured.
Right.
2 of their other ships got totally wrecked. And so now they're like, they're not in a good place. Their other ships are getting destroyed by Drummer, and they're having other issues as well. And now Sirius is fallen, kind of. So there's a lot of problems, and now the sun has finally grown a pair.
Look at that. Look at this. The framing of that, though. You have her in the middle, and you have the crews divided in the shot.
Yes.
And if you see the one guy on Marcus's side, but you see on Philip's side, there's 2, and she's the one who's going to decide. I don't know. That's how I take it. Like,
this is an interesting scene and shot for sure. I thought that too, and you see that a lot more as it pans out when they're fighting, and the silence that the crew basically has, because every other time you've kind of heard like Inaros, Marco, Marco, like over and over, but now it's like everyone's just kind of like, ooh.
And see, this would spark the division. Those 2 different viewpoints. Philip should be the one to challenge his dad and create the spinoff movement or what have you.
I sure as hell hope not, Jane. I still don't see a redemption arc for this kid. I think that
within the circle of terrorists.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I want his dad spaced by at least Drummer. Like, give her something to do. I don't care.
Well, she needs some purpose.
I just think he's going to be instrumental in either killing him or join. But like,
do you guys think that he's going to kill him, or do you think it's going to be Drummer? I feel like it's going to be Drummer.
I think it's going to be the son. I think it has to be he. I don't know.
I
It's
still think
usually-
it's going to be drummer. There has to be a purpose for her. There's no
I
purpose
think she's the new
whatsoever.
leader. I think she's the new belter leader.
And I don't think
Drummer?
she should be.
Yeah, drummer.
Yeah, she's got to be either that or Naomi, which I don't know if they're gonna.
I don't
No,
think so either.
because she said right in the first episode, "I'm tired of all this."
Yeah.
And this was the scene. So this was the first time, like after they walk away from each other, and there's literally like silence. She's just like, "Ooh, shit,
Judging.
ooh, that's no good." They
Can I say
fighting.
something too?
Sure, go ahead, please.
Why does Marco have the best eyelashes on a human being?
Men
He is-
naturally have good eyelashes compared to women.
He's got amazing.
really?
Look at these
Yeah.
eyelashes. Like, damn.
But he wears mascara too. I mean, that's-
Clearly, I mean, he has
yeah.
to wear some sort of makeup. But you know what, though? I did know this kid back in the day in my school that had eyelashes just like this, and he never wore like makeup or anything. But he had like
A
full
waist.
on
It's a
like,
waist.
eyelashes, and I was like,
you're
why are
not
you so
wrong.
beautiful? Like, what
Like-
the fuck? Because it like, why is like eyelashes like that on a man? But that doesn't make sense. I'm like, women need to have those kind of eyelashes. I don't know.
I agree.
weird to me. I'm like, what the fuck? But it's gorgeous though. I agree with you, Jane. That this scene though, okay, I do have a question about this scene because I was actually a little bit confused in here. So he finally gets a kind of like cryptic message about how, like, what did they
Yeah,
say?
I didn't get this part.
Like, I was like,
Oh,
what are they talking about? The BS something? Like,
he has a secret mission. That's what I took going on with like another cell that he's controlling, and that's what I took from it. They're going to attempt something at the
there
ring.
it is. That the RSR G6 was just received at Laconia Ring Gate.
So
I
something
don't
was built
understand,
on
though.
Laconia for him.
What the hell is the RSR G6? That's what I wanted to know. I was like, what the fuck is that? Is that a
Okay,
weapon?
Is that
Someone-
like a railgun or?
Elvis is saying it's an ultra heavy planetary railgun.
Ooh,
Oh,
There we go.
All
Mhm.
right.
something that could shatter the earth.
And so now you see where the Belters are, Jane. They're at the Laconia Ring Gate. You know how we saw
Oh,
that
good.
shuttle going down at the
Right,
beginning?
right.
They're
Yeah.
living in the space station above Laconia, and the
This is gonna be
Martians are
interesting.
on the planet.
Mm.
And they're colonizing it. And that's what usually happens in that system is that the Belters would go there and build their own space station and, occupy the space surrounding the planets. But in this case, there's an alien space station there already above this planet. And they're like, what the fuck is this? And there's alien tech on there. So they're already there discovering whatever alien tech is on there now, whether that space station is left by the people who colonized the planet and created the proto-molecule or the enemies of those creatures who got rid of those creatures and the proto-molecule remains to be seen. We don't know who ran or created that station
Ooh.
yet. I think the station was created by the people who got rid of the proto-molecule people, like the entities or whatever, because we kind of got that a little bit from I think season 4, where they were still studying that the weird artifact or whatever, which linked to this PlayStation space station. You guys remember that?
With the underground artifact things?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because that's how they connected kind of like that thing and those creatures that were
no.
like there that Holden saw to that station being above Laconia. We didn't have any information about Laconia that season. So I think that's kind of like my thought is that station is the other alien
Okay.
creatures. The planet is the proto molecule planet, and that the station is the other creatures. But I don't know. That's just my theory. I don't know if that's true. But now we know. So they're sending weapons there, and he seems really happy about that. He's like, oh, all right. At least something's happening. Something's going my way. And that's it. That was the episode. That was the end of episode 3 of season 6.
Halfway
Yeah.
through.
Ugh.
Oh boy. So, overall thoughts, George. What'd you think of the overall episode?
I'm impatient.
I know, me too.
I'm impatient. I watch it and I'm like tearing at my seat.
Same
I
here.
enjoy parts of it. It's just that there's just so much that if it was a full season, or I'd be great. I'd sit back and relax. But when it goes so slow and then it speeds up and it's great, wonderful.
Mhm.
But not for this 6-episode final season. I enjoyed the flight the most, and I enjoyed the
Yeah, the space.
Bobby and Amos and the flight. That's about it. And the Vasarala. Whenever I see her, it makes my day.
She's so great. Arthur Rudnick says all the planets are protomolecule connected. That is why there are rings. All the planets? You mean in like the Laconia system, or are you talking about every planet that
Like the
a ring
1500
opens
in the
to?
ring gates.
Yeah, because that's a lot of planets.
Well, I mean, if there's a ring gate, there's probably a protomolecule because that's how it's formed, right? So
Right.
that makes sense. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Yeah, only 40 minutes. The episode.
And a lot of filler.
And a lot of plus 10-minute credits. Is that what you said? Script 10 minutes?
Something like that.
Well, it's more like 5 to 6 minutes this time. But yeah,
I do like
Yeah.
the soundtrack. That's like
Yeah,
I
The
do
music's
too.
fine.
I like
do
the music.
I love it too, Jane. I do love.
Very Mass Effect-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very like spacey. Like it's very like it just kind of takes you. I like it. It takes you out of this world. It's very otherworldly. I like kind of Elvis is really disliking this season. Bad season.
Elvis.
I get where he's coming from.
I understand too.
Yeah, doesn't feel like it's going to be a satisfying conclusion in 6
No.
episodes.
But it has such
No.
extremes. Like I do want to know more about Laconia. Like I love that part.
Arthur said last episode will be longer. They said,
Will
how
it be
much
6
longer?
hours?
Like
Right.
5 hours?
So yeah, that's
Is,
the
it- is
thing.
it going to be like what's his name, Scorsese's movie on Netflix? For how
Irishman.
long? Yeah, The
Yeah.
Irishman, because
Wrap
Called
up
the
with a
Belcher Man.
The
Belcher
Expanse.
Man.
The Belcher Man. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be called. The Expanse. Let's see, final episode. Oh wait, what, season 6?
It's called Pissed Off, are you?
Episode 6 blank. Do they even know yet? How would you even find out?
They would have to know, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they know by now, Script?
Oh,
They
it's
know
runtime?
that.
Yeah, it's already being.
It's
done.
already
done.
been announced. I'm trying to figure that
I don't know
out.
if it's been announced, but like the production knows what the runtime is.
It's not something they figure out like the day, but like they're still
No,
editing before it airs.
Oh my
No,
god,
this is not
they've
a the Rise
already
of Skywatcher situation.
on the wiki thing. There's already a synopsis for episode 5 and 6.
Oh, no.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Do you guys want to know?
No.
Yeah, no, okay.
No.
No. All right, I'm
you
not
find the
I'm not reading
time?
it. I'm not
Did you
reading
find
it.
the
I'm
time?
not
Does it say the time? How long it is?
It doesn't say the time. It just says the
Not long
synopsis
enough.
and when it's airing. That's what I've gotten so far. At least I haven't looked into like any other sources yet. I just saw an article. Why is The Expanse season 6 so short?
Great question.
Yeah.
In stark contrast to the previous 10 or 13 episode seasons.
Yeah.
Is that 'cause-
Here's
Why is it? Why is it short? I mean, that's a good question. Is it because they
Okay,
ran out of money?
Let's see what Screen Rant has to say, because apparently they have all the answers.
Hey.
Let's read it. Let's read it together. Here we go. Why The Expanse season 6 is so short. Deviating from its preceding seasons, The Expanse season 6 is remarkably short. We already know that, but why? At just 6 episodes long, the upcoming final run of Amazon Prime was elapsed much quicker than viewers are accustomed to. The Expanse season 6 promises to conclude the series' central conflict between Earth, Mars, and the asteroid belt in the 24th century setting. Humans have colonized the solar system, open to mysterious gateways. We already know this, blah, blah, blah. So the show wants to just do this. The season 6 is about settling Mars, Earth, and the belt. that equals to we don't get shit about
On the
Laconia.
alien, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. The next
The
time
ex-
I reference is the history of the show, so you can skip that.
is that what happens? Okay.
That's the next.
Yeah,
That's
they
parent.
did.
It's just
The
rambling
Expanse
to make
season
the word
6
count.
is reduction to 6
Yeah.
episodes most logically finds its explanation in the show's high budget demands for its action-packed finale, combined with the heightened cost of production stemming from COVID-19 pandemic.
That's
Even
true.
though longtime audiences of The Expanse were certainly hoping for a longer conclusion to this show, the likely inevitable 6-episode run should still suffice a worthwhile spectacle. Shut up. How dare you? It's worth noting that showrunner Naren Shankar said in a recent interview that the 6th episode was a surprise and really like an episode and a half. What?
Should have been, because I just read it's supposed to be 65 or 75 minutes.
Oh, supersized.
Yeah.
Supersized. Oh,
Oh.
really? Oh.
Should have been like 3 episodes long.
Each episode should be 75 minutes.
Yeah.
It really should. I'm trying to see if there's anything else interesting in
They're
this.
just talking about the books
No.
in these paragraphs here.
Nothing good.
Yeah.
Screen
But with
rant
the
sucks.
pandemic restrictions for production, at least when they shot this last year, you
Mhm.
lost around 3 hours every day because you had to go through all your screening checks and your logs.
Mhm.
What is that?
So that's when you come in, they do your contact tracing where they take your
Oh,
information.
oh.
Have you met anyone in the last 2 weeks that was tested positive for whatever? And then you go through that, and then you have cast and crew wearing masks and face coverings and all those types of things and doing their rehearsals and lines. And then those that don't need the mask, they take them off. They go to the marks. They do their shoot. In between takes, they have to put the mask back on. There's a lot of basically wasted time in those procedures to accommodate the union safety standards that have been put in place because of the pandemic.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you
What
usually
a
end up
nightmare.
losing about a minimum of 25% of your day on production, and that's pretty expensive. And
So I guess you just can't tell them like, yeah, I was next to someone who had the protomolecule in his hand. No, can I go now?
there's surprise inspections that go on sets from these union people. So like some of them are like, they're told you have to go in there, you have to prove you were there, and you have to prove you took copies of things, and you have to bring them to the health department or whatever. It's a nightmare. I had to I had to partake in some of those last year when during at the height of it before the vaccine dropped, and it was nuts. It was like I'm just there to fix a couple of pages of dialogue and then leave, but I had to go through like a 45-minute process on my end.
God, what a nightmare.
Yeah, and imagine that doing that every day, for 4 months. Like you're gonna chew up a lot of money. So
no, that's
maybe
no.
that could be a reason why the episodes are short, because they do shoot up in cameras.
I think it's a combination of that and what happened with Alex, because I really do think they had to do rewrites for season 6 when that whole thing happened, because I think they had some of the scripts and rewrites and stuff like that for to include Alex, and then when that whole thing happened, they had to kill him off. They had to do rewrites, they had to do reshoots. There's a lot of that involved with Alex's what happened with that character. Arthur though said, first of all, the finale is supposed to be 1.5 hours. Hopefully it's longer. Yeah, let's hope it's like 5 hours. Arthur also says a lot of the Laconia stuff happens after 30-year jump. Okay, so with this, this situation is this, guys, is that I've heard this many times as well. It's just that this is the TV show. So I feel like there's been so many rumors about how they're going to end the show. Like there's been all these rumors about how they're not going to do the 30-year jump, that they're gonna just end it with this, like, that they're not gonna do that. There's been rumors that they are going to include the 30-year jump, and that they're going to kind of like end it with that 30-year jump, like that's going to be kind of like the last episode. There's rumors that's going to be the thing. But the thing is that this is the TV show. So there is a possibility that the authors, the writers of the show, the showrunner, could change what happened in the book. There's a possibility that that could happen. It has happened before with TV shows that are based on books. So we don't know. We just don't know how they're going to end it. That's the big question. Are they going to do the 30-year jump? Are they not going to do the 30-year jump? If they're going to do the 30-year jump, how are they going to formulate the ending so that's a cliffhanger? If they're not going to do it, are they going to do that so the 30-year jump is the cliffhanger? There's just so many questions, and I don't know. Either way, I think that it seems like they're really leaving up basically Marcos and Naros's death for the season finale. That's what it seems like it's heading to at this point because they didn't
Probably
kill him
right.
in this episode.
Even though he really should have been dead like last season.
Yeah. So I think that's it because he didn't die in this episode. I'm starting to really think that's basically the season finale is gonna, or the series finale at this point is going to be him dying. Which
Yeah,
kind of
I think there'll be a Mars and Earth and a Belter person present at his death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uniting.
So he can sing "Ding Dong," the witch is dead.
they're gonna space him for sure. I think it's gonna be a recreation of the first time he was supposed to die with when Drummer didn't do it. I think they're gonna do it so that Drummer, probably Naomi, and the son, I'm guessing they're gonna give them all, a presence there. Obviously, Holden's gonna be there, and Avasarala. Everyone's gonna be there, and everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, we vote to space," and then they're gonna space his ass, and that's gonna be that's it.
It'd be funny if they said we vote to incarcerate, and then Drummer just hits the airlock relations.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be funny. That would be funny.
We're not repeating the same mistake again.
Maybe they'll just cut his man bun off before he gets space.
That would be funny. But yeah, so that's it. So what did you think of the episode, Jane?
It was good. I mean, there were just, like we discussed, there were some moments there that I felt like were completely unnecessary for such a short series. We shouldn't have filler episodes. We shouldn't have episodes where it's repetitive, where we've sort of been here before with the emotion and the action. The story should be moving forward faster.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feels like we're stalled until the very last scene of each episode. That's the scene that moves us forward, and it should be the entire episode. That just bothers me.
Yeah, I totally hear you. Enzo says, does Marco's dying take us to the 30-year jump point? Whatever is happening on that Laconia planet is going to take us to the 30-year jump point. Whatever. And I think it's going to be obviously like, I don't know. They're going to start doing some sort of experiments with humans, obviously, to bring them back from the dead and all sorts of weird shit that they're doing on the planet.
Do you think Philip's going to survive? Do you think Philip's going to survive?
Yes, I do. I think he's going to space his dad. I think he's going to be part of the team of spacers. Let's go space. Just going to call them the team of spacers now. I've actually come to this realization now, as we've spoken about this episode, that's how it's going to go down. It's going to be it's going to be all of them, and they're all going to be present. So everyone has a role in killing the fucker, and they're gonna make everyone happy by having have Drummer have a purpose, have Avasarala have a purpose, have Naomi have a purpose, the son, everybody's just gonna.
I was kind of hoping it would be a suicide thing, like I'm gonna take you out and myself too.
That would be pretty cool, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know. But that's an interesting theory, Jane theory. Script Doctor, what's your overall thoughts of this episode?
I mean, it's got the same type of pacing and story economic issues of the first two episodes. Acting is still great though.
So great.
But it's nice, and I like the direction where it's going. It's just I'm seeing the finish line, and I'm seeing how much we got. It's like I don't think we're gonna make it. I don't think we're gonna beat the clock.
No. Oh my God. I saw the perfect analogy of the Expanse today. You just said that and it really made me think about it. Let me see if I can find this analogy because this was perfect. Okay, here it is. I found it. This was going to go on Infinite Hope, but this is 100% what is happening on the Expanse right now. This is all of us. Here it is. This cat is the Expanse. It's trying to figure out Are we gonna have enough? Is there enough time? Is there?
No.
The cat needs glasses. Doesn't have depth.
Yeah.
This is literally gonna be all of us in the Expanse trying to make the landing
Basically.
and 100% failing.
Still
to
fell
do
on his
so.
feet.
I need to basically like redo this video and put the Expanse on this cat. And then
A
that will
solid
be
ending.
yeah. Unless it has a good ending, in which case then
It's
I'll take this
hilarious.
back. But I think this is it. That's the Expanse. Get ready, people, because this is what's gonna
It's
happen.
coming.
That was great.
That's me playing basketball. With the season finale though, that'll be really fun because Gary's gonna be here. So
Cool.
we will be discussing the Expanse season, or I should say series finale with Gary from Nerdrotic. So everybody definitely be here in 3 weeks time. That's gonna be really fun to
2
discuss
weeks.
that with him. 2 weeks time, yeah.
Wait, 3 weeks. Yeah, you're right. 3 weeks. Sorry, I keep.
Oh,
I know we're 50% done, but there's 3 episodes left. And at the
Right.
same time, I feel like, oh, God.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
Spoiler about the cat. Oh, that's funny. Oh, okay. So see, people are saying that the last 3 books will be 3 movies. I've heard so many different things about that. Like I've heard movies. I've heard they're trying to get a new home. Like they're going to like different. I've heard they've even gone
Here's-
back to Netflix to
Here's
ask
the
of.
thing. Us Walking Dead fans, we were supposed to get movies. We were
Ooh,
promised movies. We don't have movies.
Yeah.
there you go.
I don't see that happening, honestly.
I don't either.
I won't get my hopes up anyway.
Because they've already found a new home. This is the second time. Like, how many homes are they going to have before?
They need to be rehomed.
Yeah, like apparently, like I've heard they've even gone back to Netflix to like ask to like take them back, and I'm like, why would Netflix want you back? Like, I don't.
Netflix was
they-
just an international
got rid of you.
distributor. They were on Sci-Fi before then, so
Right.
like they could go to the CW, I guess.
They could.
Go die there.
Netflix picked up Lucifer after it was canned from Fox.
Yep.
Yeah,
Was it Fox
HBO.
or Warner Brothers?
I don't know.
And then trashed
No,
it.
that was
Or FX.
oh, wait. I think it was FX. Yeah.
Netflix picked up Dark Matter too, but they never like actually picked up the season,
Right.
they never renewed it. But
Mm-mm.
they did pick up the series after
That
it was
was good.
canceled.
I really love that. I didn't know anyone else watched it.
Oh man, George, I know the guy who made the show. We used
Oh,
to do-
really? I
Yeah,
love the show.
we
I was like, what the hell
we used
happened
to,
to
like,
it?
We used to do Dark Matter Mondays every day. We talk about it with Joseph Malazzi.
Oh,
He's
wow.
a great guy. But yeah, we've been trying to get season 4 going for a while now. So we'll see what happens. That didn't happen yet either. Oh God, CW Expanse. Can you guys imagine?
No,
Yes,
no.
I can.
I'd rather be shot, dead.
I'd rather just let it end. Like,
Yeah.
please,
Oh, God.
don't do that to me.
A
you
lot
have
of
to-
talking in the Rossi.
Yeah, then you'll have the Flash jump on there, Batwoman, they're really cool.
They're all gonna have a
Superhero
party.
in space. with-
Crisis of Infinite Systems. Yeah.
Yeah, Crisis of Infinite Systems.
Let's never talk about this again. That's not happening.
Yep.
I'm
That's
just gonna
trash.
pretend that's not the case. Because I'm not watching that shit. That is not Babylon 5. To bring Dark Matter back ASAP. I love how
No.
everyone loves Dark Matter in this chat. That's great. Dark Matter is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's it. That was the episode of season 6, episode 3. Thank you everyone for being here. Join us next week on Sunday as we discuss the 4th episode of The Expanse, season 6. It's over. It's almost over.
Oh,
George, tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me at George the Giant Slayer, and I'll be dropping 3 videos this week. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram. So keep watching.
George is just going at it now with Twitter, or not Twitter, sorry, YouTube. I love it. Everyone's links is in the description. Make sure you are subscribed, please, and thank you. And Jane, please tell
Yes.
everyone where to find you.
you can find me here on YouTube where I post movie and television reviews and occasionally some pop culture commentary. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Jane Theory. Thanks for joining us.
Yay, Jane. Ooh, Killjoys was a great show.
Best show.
Great show. Jane and I did one of our first
Loved it.
interviews together
That
about
was so fun.
Killjoys. Oh, that was so fun. And also, it actually has an ending that was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Unlike Dark Matter, which didn't really have an ending, which was sad, but still. Script Doctor, my fellow Canadian,
Yes.
please tell everyone where they can find you.
In about 10 minutes, you can find me in bed. But since that's a private place, you'll have to find me on Twitter at ScriptDoctorPhD. And you can check out my reviews and analysis of film and television on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/ScriptDoctor.
Yay! Love Script Doctor. He creates really good content. You guys make sure you are subscribed and you follow him on Twitter. He's awesome. Everybody here is so awesome. I love this panel. Okay, everybody in the chat, you guys are great. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. The likes, the shares, all that good stuff. Really appreciate you guys. And I'm trying to find an exit clip so that we can end this show. Okay, I'll just play this thing again. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.